Let me know if I need to call Mary.
Paula Dierenfeld is out of bed at 4 a.m. Her morning workout is over before most people's alarms have gone off. Her clients include more than 35 of the wealthiest and most powerful companies and associations in Iowa, from insurance and energy to railroads, casinos, and telecommunications. Paula's job is to get our elected officials to give her clients what they want.
Time will tell when we get into the actual committee meetings whether or not we've been, completely persuasive in our arguments and whether or not we have influenced legislation getting through or stopped legislation from getting through.
Are there lawmakers who just say, look, I don't want to hear it?
That's a rare occasion.
Paula is a lobbyist, one of the 50 or so people who are at any given time waiting outside of the House and Senate chambers, clamoring for one-on-one time with our lawmakers.
I'll see who might be at their seats.
Today, Paula has granted us full access to her work at the state capitol. It's funnel week, the critical time for bills in committee. The ones voted out are closer to becoming law. The ones that are not won't be issues again until next year, if ever.
It's hard for me to estimate how many bills that we are tracking at any one time. It's literally, over hundreds.
And for each bill, someone is paying Paula and her team to get the legislators' attention.
Yeah, okay. We probably need to step down here.
And sway their opinions.
This is not needed, and this is actually really bad.
It's bad policy, but and for now, we're willing to have the conversation. Yep. Right. But give us time to have that conversation.
Paula and her clients are engaging Senator Tom Riley. They want him to oppose an amendment that would affect the insurance industry. Just like Paula does, anyone can write a note and request to speak with a legislator. But that doesn't mean the legislator will find the time.
We still struggle to gain access, and I think the real struggle is to walk away and have them remember who we are and really want to make a change for us.
Ellie Burns is not a lobbyist. She's an instructor with a program called TRIO. It prepares these high school students to be successful in college. And today, they're getting a civics lesson.
I'm not exactly sure about what goes on within the legislature and how to contact them. It's not really a thing that people teach or people know.
The students want to tell their senators and representatives how desperately their program needs federal funding and to ask them for help.
They're happy to meet with us, but I think when they walk away, there's not much they can do.
And short of hiring a lobbyist,
no, that's kind of out of the question. And we're funded on a grant, and our grant dollars can't even fund, like us to go out and lobby.
Access is a problem that Paula just doesn't seem to have.
How you doing, Senator?
Pretty good.
Good to see you.
She's not just a lobbyist, she's the mayor of Johnston. Lawmakers seek out her opinions on bills that will impact Iowa cities. Paula was Governor Branstad's legal counsel during his last administration, and because she and her colleagues are attorneys with the Nymaster law firm, well, they can physically write a bill or an amendment that will become a law that fulfills their clients' wishes.
They're getting more for their dollar. They're getting a bigger bang for their buck.
To me, that sounds like buying influence.
What I meant by saying more bang for their buck is when the client is paying for those lobbying services, they're getting a higher level of service from someone who's an attorney.
Meaning more influence?
More legal skill, more ability to write the legislation, analyze the legislation, interpret legislation, identify problems in legislation or in existing law. It's one of those days.
Here you see a group of legislators gathered in the area designated for lobbyists. They are getting pitched on a bill that affects Iowa architects, one of Paula's clients. Most lawmakers, it seems, want the lobbyist perspective.
You build relationship, and it's not that you favor one over another, but you build those relationships.
Representative Akeo Abdul Samad says lawmakers need to know who is affected by the laws they pass. Here he's cornered by a group from the American Cancer Society.
That's my bill in the House.
He's a Democrat, and she's a Republican, but Akeo says Paula has his attention.
She's very sensitive to issues, and if we do disagree, we can discuss it and talk about it, but at least I can hear her, and she listens to me also.
Akeo is a relatively new representative in this relatively old building. The old days of lobbyists literally buying their time with lawmakers are gone.
No, there is no whining and dining.
No, but there is plenty of free food. Nearly every day, a different organization caters in a free meal to the Capitol Rotunda. The companies that hire lobbyists also contribute to campaigns. That topic doesn't come up while we're observing today. Paula insists that her time spent with legislators is on the level, and it mostly stays in the Capitol.
The gift law was changed before I became a lobbyist. In the evening, I like to go home to my family.
Yes, family. Paula is a lobbyist, a mayor, and a grandmother of 12 who finds time to run marathons.
Yeah, you know, it's you know, when you stop and put it that way, you do kind of think, my gosh.
Her supportive husband is David Roederer. He's the head of the Department of Management and Governor Branstad's right-hand man. Theirs is a public service romance. They were married in the building where they work. Now, how's that for access?
So I jokingly say, you know, we met here, we got married here, and we'll probably both die here.
Well, I said that was not our intent.
Paula intends to keep pushing lawmakers to get her clients' wishes passed or killed.
I mean this all due respect to the insurance company, but now it's the exact same fight we had last year.
Yes.
Wishes that become the laws that will govern us all.
I promise you, it's a done deal.
When you look at that skyline out there, you see the insurance industry of Iowa. And within every one of those buildings are hundreds of people who are Iowans, who, you know, go to our churches, go to our schools, shop at our stores. You know, to the extent that I'm effective up here for their companies, hopefully their lives are better as a result of it.
In Des Moines, Dan Winters, Channel 13 News.